Hello students, I am Pooja Sharma, lecturer in English at Government Senior Secondary Smart School, Nawashahar. Students, in my previous lecture, we had read the poem The Echoing Green written by William Blake. And in this session, we will do its central idea as well as comprehension stanzas. Let's do its central idea. In this poem, the poet has described a grassy park on a warm day in late spring. The sun is spreading its golden rays over the earth. Everything glitters with life. The sky is bright and clear. Happy songbirds like skylark and thrush are singing in tune with the cheerful sounds of the church bells. They welcome the spring with their sweet notes. Old John and other elderly persons are sitting under the oak tree. They are watching the sports of young boys and girls. They recall their own childhood. Soon the evening approaches. As the sun comes down, all sports come to an end. The children go home to take refuge in the laps of their mothers. This poem gives a contrast between innocence and experience as well as between perception of joys and sorrows. ਬੱਚੋ ਇਸ ਕਵਿਤਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਬਸੰਤ ਰੁੱਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰਾ ਭਰਾ ਮੈਦਾਨ ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੇਡਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੋਰ ਅਤੇ ਪੰਛੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਚਹਿਚਹਾਣ ਦੀਆਂ ਆਵਾਜ਼ਾਂ ਸੁਣਾਈ ਦਿੰਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ। ਲੜਕੇ ਤੇ ਲੜਕੀਆਂ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਖੇਡਦੇ ਹਨ ਤੇ ਬੁੱਢਾ ਜੌਨ ਤੇ ਉਸਦੇ ਵਰਗੇ ਹੋਰ ਬੁੱਢੇ ਆਦਮੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਮਾਤਾਵਾਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਖੇਡਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਦੇਖਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ। ਬੁੱਢੇ ਆਦਮੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਖੇਡਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਬਚਪਨ ਯਾਦ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਮੱਸਿਆਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ। ਜਦੋਂ ਸੂਰਜ ਛੁਪਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਬੱਚੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ। ਪੰਛੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਘੋਂਸਲਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇਹ ਗੂੰਜਦਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਮੈਦਾਨ ਇਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੱਚੇ ਪੰਛੀ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਪੁਰਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਮੌਜੂਦਗੀ ਇਹ ਦੱਸਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਅਤੇ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਾਲਮੇਲ ਹੈ। Now students, let's read first comprehension stanza. And the stanza is, the sun does rise and make happy the skies. The merry bells ring to welcome the spring. The skylark and thrush, the birds of the bush, sing louder around to the bell's cheerful sound, while our sports shall be seen on the echoing green. And the first question is, name the poet and the poem. And answer is, the poet is William Blake and the poem is The Echoing Green. Second question is, name the birds which sing to welcome the spring. Yes, and the answer is the skylark and the thrush. These are the birds which welcome the spring. And next question is, what purpose does the ringing of the merry bells serve in the poem? And the answer is, people have gathered in a church where bells are ringing and welcoming the spring season. As you can see, third, fourth lines, the merry bells ring to welcome the spring. Yeah. Next question is, how can you say that the mood in the poem is happy and carefree, celebrating a close bond between man and nature? I repeat, how can you say that the mood in the poem is happy and carefree, celebrating a close bond between man and nature. And its answer is the sun has risen and skies are bright, birds are singing, so the mood is happy and carefree. Now let's do second stanza. First of all, I'm going to read the stanza. Till the little ones weary, no one can be merry. The sun does descend, and our sports have an end. Round the laps of their mothers, many sisters and brothers, like birds in their nest, are ready for rest, and sports no more seen on the darkening green. First question is, what do words weary, descend, and end and rest suggest? Answer is, they suggest that all activities on the echoing green are going to end. Next question is, name the things that take rest at the end of the day. I repeat, name the things that take rest at the end of the day. And answer is children, birds, men and women take rest at the end of the day. Next question is, why has the echoing green become the darkening green? I repeat, why has the echoing green become the darkening green? And answer is, the sun sets, night falls, and the echoing green becomes the darkening green. Fourth question is, give the rhyme scheme in the first 4 lines of the passage. And the first 4 lines are, till the little ones weary, no more can be merry. The sun does descend, and our sports have an end. As you can say, weary, merry, both sounds alike. Similarly, descend, end, both sounds alike. So the rhyme scheme of these 4 lines are A, B, B. The last question is, name the figure of speech used in the lines 6 to 8. And now let's read the lines 6 to 8. And lines are, many sisters and brothers, like birds in their nest, are ready for rest. Here, figure of speech is simile, because like birds, like word is used here. So, it is simile. Students, that's for the session. We have completed the poem and we will meet again with another lecture based on another chapter or poem. Thank you very much.